All right, so if you're thinking about buying or selling in San Diego, you're up against the clock, right? And most people are about to make the wrong move. So I've helped hundreds of San Diego homeowners navigate this exact point in the cycle. And today I'm going to break down the 5 data points that you need to know before you buy, sell, or do both. So the first thing that we're going to look at is inventory, right? The reason why it matters is because it tells you who has the leverage, right? Whether it's the buyers or the sellers. So right now we're sitting at 2.2 months of inventory. That's deep into the seller's market territory, right? Anything under 6 months favors sellers. And we haven't crossed that line since 2011. So remember when toilet paper vanished from the shelves during COVID? It wasn't because people needed more. It's just that supply couldn't keep up, right? It's the same here with so few homes on the market. Sellers are they're the ones that are holding the cards. But just because sellers have the upper hand right now doesn't necessarily mean that homes are just flying off the market. So the next thing we need to look at then is how fast homes are actually selling. This is our days on market, right? And the reason why it matters is because speed reveals buyer urgency and timing opportunity. Homes are selling in about 17 days right now, and that's fast, but it's not unusual for this time of the year, right? Historically, this is when homes sell the quickest. But from April to June, the next 90 days that we're stepping into, right, this is when the market times will start to slow down. It's kind of like the gym, right? At the beginning of the year, everybody's rushing in, they want to get fit, but just a few months later, things start to thin out, right? Right now, buyers are hot, but they're not going to be that way forever. So, quick question for you, right? Would you list now while homes are still flying off the market, or would you wait and risk sitting longer to hopefully catch a higher price, right? Drop your move in the months in the comments below, right? I'd love to see what you're thinking. All right, so now let's talk about price, because when homes sell fast, it typically drives values up. So price momentum is peaking, and why this matters is because sellers could catch the top or miss it. So the median home price just hit $1,083,750. That's up slightly from $1,072,000 last month. These climbing prices are totally normal for this time of the year, right? Prices typically rise from January to June before they start to soften. So if you're selling, we'll likely reach the market peak within the next 90 days. So if you're selling, I want you to keep this little analogy in mind, right? It's like selling your car right before the new model drops. If you wait too long, the next shiny model is going to take away your premium. But prices don't just rise because of time, they rise because of buyer competition. So the next thing we're going to look at then is buyer aggression, right? It's peaking. This is the ratio between the sale price to the list price. And why it matters is because it shows you how much negotiating power buyers don't have right now. So homes are selling for exactly 100% of the listing price. That's up from 99.6% last month. But this is a seasonal high point, right? From April onward, buyers are going to start pulling back and price reductions are going to start becoming more normal. So you know how egg prices skyrocketed earlier this year? Everyone rushed to buy before the prices got worse, and then prices dropped once demand cooled. Well, that's the same pattern that we're seeing right now, right? Buyer aggression is at its peak, but it's just not going to last forever. So if you're buying, would you go in now while competition is intense, or would you wait for softer prices later this year? Let me know below, especially if you're already made an offer recently. All right, so let's land the plane with the biggest takeaway of all, right? The seasonal cycle. Step 5 is seasonal timing as it creates or destroys opportunity. And why this matters is because understanding the timing can make or lose you tens of thousands of dollars. So every year, right, prices rise from January to June, and then they soften from June through the holidays. That's not a prediction, it's a pattern. So if you're thinking about making a move, you're either entering the game at the high point or you're waiting for the fall reset. It's like booking a flight during the holidays, right? You're gonna pay a premium for the same ticket to the same destination on the same airline just because of the time of the year. the same deal is happening in the housing market. So now you know exactly how the San Diego housing market stands, so you can position your move to win without regrets. Again, my name is Jesse Morrison, and if you're looking to make a move, whether you're 9 days or 9 months out, use that link in the description section to book your free call directly on my calendar. That way we can talk about your next best steps to making that happen in today's market. Otherwise, if you're just looking for more information at this time, I recommend that you check out this video that YouTube thinks that you should watch next. And don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you can keep up with everything about San Diego real estate and our housing market.